Hey guys, welcome back and happy Thursday. All right, guys, so thank you for such an interesting live with Jen Shaw, sort of doing our own after show. And on top of that, don't forget that we have a new podcast episode for Hot Messy Podcast dropping tomorrow with Lala Kent from Vanderpump Rules. Seriously, such an interesting conversation, and I know you guys are going to love it. So anywhere you get your podcasts, go give it a listen. Give it a rating, give it a review, and let us know what you think. In the meantime, guys, we're talking about some Real Housewives of Orange County drama because it looks like shit is going down. Heather Dubrow is reportedly getting her due, I guess, during season 17, and I believe it's Tamra Judge who is giving it to her. We have a lot to discuss. Now, before we jump in, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so apparently from what we're hearing, and this is coming from Kelly Dodd herself, Heather Dubrow is in the hot seat for season 17 of The Real Housewives of Orange County. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but Heather and her husband, they sold their house, and now they have moved into a penthouse over in Los Angeles. And I also don't know if you know this, but Kelly and her husband, Rick, they have a show, and it's called The Rick and Kelly Show. They do this on YouTube. I believe they have another segment of it called The Daily Smash, and they're constantly commentating on pretty much all of the Bravo shows. And she gives a lot of the behind the scenes. This is one of the reasons that I can appreciate the Housewives podcast, the Housewives YouTube channels, because it's a perspective that we don't necessarily have, because most of us haven't filmed a reality TV show. We don't know how things operate behind the scenes, and we're also not texting some of the people who are currently on the show. On a recent episode of The Rick and Kelly Show, Kelly Dodd claimed that she received a message from former Real Housewives of Orange County showrunner and producer Thomas Kelly, who gave Kelly some insight into the drama for season 17. According to Thomas Kelly, he was told Heather gets her due this season. Fancy Pants apparently gets a lot of heat this season from her co-stars. Thank you to All About the Real Housewives for mentioning it all. Kelly then revealed that she messaged Vicki Gunvalson to get confirmation after receiving the scoop from her former producer. And as All About the Real Housewives have previously reported, the OG of the OC is set to appear in several scenes this season. We saw a few photos that were leaked out where she's sitting down with Shannon Beador and Tamra Judge, which makes us think that the Tres Amigas are back, but we don't know yet. And then we know that they did a cast trip to Mexico, and Vicki Gunvalson was very much so there. And what I think is interesting is I feel like if I had to guess, and this is total just kind of like making this up in my mind, I feel like they thought that they had a strong season going into this with Tamra Judge, and they were like, okay, this is great, this is getting better. But I think that they thought in their minds, we're still missing a key player. And Tamra probably pushed producers to have Vicki come in and film just to show the producers, the executives, and all of the fans just how much we might actually miss Vicki on the show. I text this to Vicki and I said to Vicki, what's up? Thomas Kelly sent me this. And this was Vicki's response to me. Yeah, it's very sad to me. Regardless if you like Heather Dubrow or not, I saw it firsthand, and it makes me sick. You and I have both gone through it in the past. If I had her money, there is no way I would subject myself to the abuse. That's what Kelly is saying that Vicki said to her. Now, meanwhile, Tamra Judge and Gina K also confirmed that Heather found herself in the hot seat during season 17 on a recent episode of Two Teas in a Pod. I think actually it's been harder for Heather this year because I feel like she's been just trying to kind of find her place, figure it out, and I feel like it's been a little tough. I mean, I can't give it away, but some people need to take accountability for their actions, and their words are not to blame other people. Now, from what we're hearing, there was an explosive finale, and I think, if I have this right from my sources, that Tamra probably ripped Heather Dubrow a new one. I don't know if you guys were at BravoCon or not, but Tamra had this sort of pep in her step and this confidence where she was on the panel. She was on Watch What Happens Live, Andy's Legends Ball, I believe that's what they call it. And she was just exuding the confidence. I mean, on Andy's Legends Ball, they have a segment called Squash That Beef. They brought up Jill Zarin and Tamra, and of course, they're pumping drinks into all of the cast members as well. So I don't know if that played a role or not, but Jill Zarin doesn't drink. She sat down and Andy's like, Jill, it was said that you spoiled Tamra's return. Can we squash this beef? And Jill was like, listen, I heard it from a friend. I didn't think that it was a big deal. I wasn't confirming anything. I was repeating something. And Tamra was just not word for word verbatim, but like yelling at her on stage, telling her, you ruined this for me. You took this away from me. You took away my big reveal. And then Jill was like, relax. It's not that big of a deal. And Tamra said, it's interesting because you did it on a platform that you get paid for. I believe she was referring to a subscription service of Jill Zarin's. But not only was that a conversation that was interesting to the fans who were at BravoCon or anyone who rewatched it, wherever you get your Bravo at, but then we saw her on the Bravo panel for the Real Housewives of Orange County, and she was asked about her return to the show. And they asked her, the panel host, right, asked her, how do you think the women reacted when you returned to the show? And she literally said, I think that they were all afraid of me. Nobody chimed in, not one person. And if you have that kind of confidence going into something, I mean, at this point, I don't know, this might not be the popular opinion, but I feel like we need someone who can come in and sort of stand up to that and battle that. We can't just have somebody who just feels so comfortable. This is like where we cue in Kelly Dodd in for the count. Now, on top of this, Tamra Judge also revealed that she threw and slammed some stuff while filming season 17 of The Real Housewives of Orange County. And are we surprised? No. This is the same woman who threw a glass of water in that, what was her name? Gina? I don't know. I'm not sure. But when she was talking on an episode of Two Teas in a podcast, she was telling Teddy, who was saying, it's pretty much tiring when you have housewives who have the same bad habit of throwing things. What you don't like to see is your housewives throwing shit, right? Or do you? Tamra said, wait, you don't like this, Teddy? You don't like your housewives throwing shit? Not the same ones. Pick a new bad habit. That's how Teddy responded. And then Tamra confirmed, I might have thrown something. I might have slammed some stuff down multiple times. And there you have it. I'm not surprised. An explosive Tamra, that's what the doctor ordered. That's what the fans were asking for. They said, save the show. And Tamra feels like she did just that. She answered in a Q&A that this is the best season yet. We'll have to wait to see. And Tamra, we will be the judge of that. Guys, if you haven't already, go ahead and comment below. Do you think that Tamra is going to run Heather Dubrow off the show? And if she does, will Kelly Dodd be returning to counteract that? I have questions to which I need answers. So go ahead, comment below. And before you go, don't forget to smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And don't forget, a new episode of Hot Messy Podcast drops tomorrow. I love you guys, and we'll see you so very soon. Bye, guys.